What's going on, everyone? Erfic32 here. So I've been off work for about 2 months now from a injury to my knee at work, and well, I haven't been able to get around very well, so I've been couch ridden, pretty much. And I've had a few of these kits floating around that I picked up at Hobby Lobby and such that I've built. I've built about 13 or so now. Actually, just finished my first master grade today. This one, the master grade 1/100 Gundam Barbatos. Um, really good kit. Went together really well. It's over on the shelf there. Only had one problem, and it was with the left foot. The actual front part, that little joint was a little loose, but stuck some super glue in there, let it dry before I put the foot back in, and he's good to go again. But that's not what this video is about. So these are the same kit. They're both HGUC Revives, RX-78-2 Granddaddy Gundams. This one, straight out of the box, no panel lining, nothing. One clip with the absolutely incorrect tool. I am using cuticle clippers. Right now I have a set of actual nice sprue cutters and all on the way, along with a bunch of other things. But I built this one a good while ago, actually. It's one of the first ones I built. Both of these at Hobby Lobby, they're under $15 a piece. So I figured this one would be a good one to be my first custom. Before I go, messing up one of my real grades over there, or let alone a master grade. So we're just gonna slide this one over here. That was just for reference. So this one, I finished this a day or two right before my surgery. And we're just going to go over and critique this. To start off, I love the way it looks. Love the color scheme. I've always been a fan of this camo-ish, just gray, brown, green, black-ish. There are some silver accents in there. I really think that makes it pop. So this is all rattle can household paint. The gray and the black are Krylon. Everything else is Rust-Oleum. No primer. And I would definitely not recommend doing this. This is the absolutely wrong way to paint a kit. You can see right here on this poly cap that the paint is chipping off already. And right here on the chest, right there on this little neck guard type thing, a piece chipped off already. This was just my first attempt at, making one, seeing if I liked the way it looked and everything, and I did. I just bought a whole bunch of little bamboo skewers and some alligator clips, stuck them together, and then cut up a big cardboard box and stuck them, into about 4-inch sections, and shoved them down into one of the model boxes so that I can stick the alligator clips in. And then went outside, had all my spray paint, and just got to painting. Most parts are painted. So you can see here the bazooka. I want to say that's what this one is. Does have a little bit of color separation. I painted this handle and this handle here. The rest of it is its original gray. Same thing with this beam rifle. The only thing that's painted is the muzzle there. So I tried to follow a theme and get some good color separation on each part. So I put it all together first. um, just to make sure I had good fitment everywhere and all. And then basically, when I took it apart, I had all my alligator clips lined up, and I did the top half first, bottom half second, and any joint, like these little circular pieces, or the actual joint itself, not the enclosure for it, I wanted to keep silver to make it look like an actual metal frame. And then these cover pieces, the big flat pieces, I wanted to be a darker tan so that it, so you still saw some metal inner frame, but it wasn't just all silver. And then basically just guessed what colors I wanted to wear. Make it look a little camo. The shield is 3 pieces. That's actually silver, but I did not let it dry long enough before I started putting it together, so it kind of got ruined. Did not paint the muzzle of the face or the back side of the shield. It has a little bit of overspray on it. Overall, it's the wrong way to paint a kit. But I learned my lesson. I just wanted to see what would happen. And I've learned that regular, like, rattle cans, painting at normal distance that I would normally paint things out at, is just terribly close. You get really thick layers. Part fitment starts to go down really quickly. Right there you can see on the leg flap, the bottom of that little insert piece I forgot to paint. But first attempt, it's not awful. And he actually stands up pretty well in that pose. He just looks like he's getting shot from above. So that was the first custom, and right after that, I decided I wanted to do another, but actually do a little bit of actual building instead of just painting, and that's where this came into place. And this was supposed to be a Gatling gun that was going to be mounted on the side of, or the left shoulder pauldron of my Zaku Red Comet, just another 144. I shaved the horn on the top and the side. Or I guess there's just one horn, but I shaved that off so that I could put plot plate into a square. And this was going to sit at the top of the pauldron, and the other was going to, the left side was going to have just a little plot plate box that had some cartridge linkage so that it looked like it was belt fed. And I stayed up all night, because I couldn't sleep. I was super excited. So I just got out of bed and started building it. Searched around, and all I could find was this. This was just a, just a, little click pen. I had this aluminum tubing laying around from when I wanted to try to get into customizing 164 Matchbox cars and all. And I realized that, without a 3D printer, to do any sort of good customizing and sell models and things like that, it's just insanely hard. The time commitment is awful unless you have a 3D printer. So I just kind of gave up on that, and so I had this laying around, and it has more barrels than I'd really like, but for that tubing, it's what I had, and got it all ready. I cut some runners out of the other Zaku kit that I had, where like the circle is in the middle of the actual runner. Cut it so it was like a U with a little stick at the bottom. I want to say I threw it away after it failed. but I was going to have, this rod go through the top of each one. So it was just on like its own little stand. I was going to have it so that you can move it on the shoulder and all. And the problem is, this pen body won't adhere to anything that I have. First, I tried this Plastruct. It's a styrene ABS plastic solvent cement. For the plow plate and styrene and all. I even tried regular super glue, and this just doesn't stick. I had a piece of plow plate on the back that capped it off so you couldn't see anything. It was smooth, sanded smoothly and all. And while I was sanding, I was just finishing it up, and it just popped off. All the glue was left on the plow plate. This was just, naked. And I even sanded this, tried to rough it up and all. So that was a crippling blow to that. So I've decided to take a break on that particular custom. I do have some plow plate tubes now that I picked up from Hobby Lobby yesterday. And I'm going to try and make another one. The only thing is, the biggest tube they had was 1/4 inch. So I'm not exactly sure it's going to be. I may make like a twin tri-barreled ones, kind of like the Master Grade Heavy Arm Custom has, except his are 6 barrels, but these will be 3. May try that, not sure. But yeah, just wanted to make a video and start going over, what I did wrong, what I learned from this, and how I'm going to approach the next one. So I went and ordered some Mr. Hobby Surfacer 1200. And it's absolutely crazy. Like, if you put a rattle can like this in your hand, this is just some, generic Rust-Oleum. And, you can feel that ball in there is thick, or just not moving around very well. And that surfacer, it feels like the can is empty almost. Like, the ball moves around that well. It's that thinned out. So the next one I'm going to use that. And it's going to be a real grade Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz. I actually have 2 kits because I messed up and bought one, put it together. It was at Hobby Lobby, and it was like, I don't think I have that one. So I bought it, and I got home and realized that I already did have it. And it was the one that I had taken the plastic wrap off of and put it on the table and was about to start building it when I had bought the other one. So yeah, that was fun. But this one's going to be a good custom. I did order a third-party Seraphim feather effect for the... Well, I attempted to try to panel line that one with that stuff thinned out. Did not work. Absolute trash. So I actually bought some Tamiya panel liner. So I guess I will take apart the one that I have built already and do a custom build off of that. I want to go for a all metal look that's very, very rusted. Like it was just parked in, just next to a barn or something and just left to weather. That's what I want to do. I think it would look awesome with the wings and all like that. But since I have that awful panel liner attempt on it, the wings itself, have some black smeared all over it and all, where I tried to apply it with little paintbrush, one of her nail applicators from doing nail art, toothpick, and just nothing worked. So I was trying to wipe it off with a paper towel, and I probably could go back and actually clean it up. But if I plan on doing a custom, I'll just use that one. I love that kit. The angel wings on it look so good. But yeah, so that'll be the next custom I do. And my friend has an airbrush kit, so after I have everything primed and separated, I have a tackle box right here behind, 3 of them. 2 I store extra parts in from all the different kits, and then this top one, I just have all the paint sticks and all in, and then different compartments for each separate appendage of the body. You know, one for torso, one for arm, each arm, legs, head, and then weapons and all. So I'll go ahead and prime everything here, and then figure out what color I want to paint everything, get some paint, and then when I can finally drive again here in like a week or so, I'll head over to his house, put everything on sticks, and use his airbrush to paint everything real quick. Because I do want to get an airbrush, I'm not sure which one I want to get, or if I want to get an actual just little airbrush compressor. Because I do have a full air compressor. You know, it's a 10-gallon, but since I very rarely use it, it just gets stored up under my workbench, and the workbench is a pain to get it out and everything, and the dog's scared of it, so I don't want to use it in the house, so I'd have to drag it outside, and just one of the little airbrush compressors would be really nice. So I've just been shopping around for that, which is why I'll just go over to my friends and do it till I figure out what I want to get. Also have ordered this. These are actually 2 kits together. I just consolidated into one case. Red handle and this little flat box down here is a 5-piece scribe set. And then these 2 are a little pin vise thing. I'm going to attempt to do some panel line, or some custom scribe panel lines and effect parts on that wing when I build it. So that'll be fun. My Mr. Surfacer is here, but obviously I don't have the kit snapped out or anything. The panel liner hasn't gotten here yet. That's pretty much everything that I'm waiting on for that, and then I'll actually go to Hobby Lobby and figure out what colors I want to use to paint it. I did pick up some of this Tamiya Weathering Master. This is the sand, light sand, and mud version. Want to play around with that on probably another one of these models. So if I ruin it, who cares? These models I can put together in like 2 hours max. And I may just even use this one over here, because I really don't care if I have, a original just HD Revive Granddaddy in the collection. I want to get probably one of the Master Grade ones that actually has a good bit of detail, probably like the 3.0 or something. So I don't care if these get messed up. Plus they're cheap, and they don't have great detail or anything, but they're a great kit to start on and all. And one of the reasons why I have 2 of these kits already is back when I was like 5 or 6, my dad got me a Granddaddy Gundam kit. It wasn't this one. It was probably one of the original HG kits, because these are revived, so they're like from 2015, and I was not 5 or 6 in 2015, believe it or not. But I grew up watching Gundam on Cartoon Network, maybe? Good lord. Or Boomerang. I don't know. It was on TV, and so my dad got me the kit, and being 5 or 6 trying to put together a kit like that, oh my gosh, it was awful. There were so many broken parts. I want to say I broke the shoulder off and everything. It was a mess. And it just sat on top of the little bookshelf I had. in my room. All the little runners that were cut out and all were just laid flat in the bottom, and the half-built model on top of it. And it sat like that for years until I, moved out for college. And at that point, I realized that, it was not worth saving, so I just chunked it. And, well, here I am. I have two of them now. But, I have an order from Galactic Toys and one order from eBay of a bunch of stuff for me to keep busy with here in the next few weeks and all. So look forward to that video. It'll probably come tomorrow or so. That's when everything's supposed to get here. Knock on my lucky little tray here that they actually show up on time. And I'll go through a little unboxing review and why I ordered the ones I did and all. And yeah, so for the foreseeable future, probably going to be posting a lot of Gunpla stuff here, just because it's one of the things that I can do. Right now I have to wear a full locking leg brace, and any extended distance, I'm using crutches and all. So mainly I'm just sitting here on the couch, icing my knee and things like that, not moving a whole lot. And so these kits are one of the things that I can do, because I can just put this tray on my lap, and for these smaller kits, I can just set all the runners around the edge, have this mat basically here in the center, and build. I can set it in bed if I want to lay down and spread out a little bit more. So I'll be doing that in the next few weeks. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, so I'll keep y'all posted on the things I've been doing. And hopefully I start getting better, and this will be a long just in the distance of what I started with and what I got to. So yeah, I'll catch y'all later.